wait, looking to go and try to take down the current reigning champions that are NRG.
It's a tough task, to say the least. And NRG is just a team that has tremendous resilience, tremendous mental, and that's something that XLG has sometimes lacked at these global events, that has sometimes crumbled as these events go on. They're going to need all of that and more here today. Let's get a little bit of an aggressive push for NRG down towards A. XLG going to leave their Killjoy on their own. 1-3-1 setup, same thing they did the last time they played this map against AG.
Mana going for the entry, getting the spot out. Spam shots over to the corner, not unable to find it. NOMEN pushing forward, will be able to come up with two.
Down A.
Kiko bring down the enemy KJ, but Spike now going to be recovered. Player advantage, swiftly taken away from XLG's hands, but then regained as Raga is able to find himself an elimination, but it's going to be Brock with that Sheriff. Delivering the pain, a 3K form. The Spike now in play. It's going to be WS Leo to try to see if he can clutch it out in the 1v2 to get the pistol under XLG's fingertips. NRG will be able to finish this one off.
Still some util for him to use here.
Basically the full kit. Shock dart to the corner, the kill found. Brock dead, and then Kiko with 15 HP narrowly closes out the pistol in the favor of NRG.
Yeah, so NRG just walk it down long A. They meet zero resistance. They get a pretty good read. They've done a little bit of their homework. You know, XLG likes to play these pistol rounds where they're kind of in pivot positions, you know, planting 3 players in the middle of the map, trying to see if they can just react to what their opponent does. NOMEN doing a great job just walking and getting point blank. You know, the desk was talking about how he can be really kind of feast or famine sometimes on those, you know, duelists, those entry duelists that he's usually playing. He just, you know, says, well, even though I'm playing KJ, I can still go a little entry.
Once again, NRG looking to just tackle this A side of the map. Leo, only one here for the time being. Gets himself tucked in just on that sewer exit. It looks like NRG, at least pumping the brakes, not calling for an evacuation quite just yet.
Just trying to suss out where the stack will end up being. You know, and you know as well, you might have some time here to talk about a few things, some things you're already seeing. Maybe there's some little pieces of difference in terms of, okay, well, they were willing to put the KJ on A early. That's something that we need to be worried about in future rounds. See if any damage can be done by Leo.
Paranoia had not connected, but does get ping revealed out and taken very low by those nanos. So Scooper will quickly be able to go ahead and collect the elimination. Plant now to come through. 3-player wrap through that A connector side into heaven. As they will be able to note the flank, so NOMEN going to be spotted out in Scuba. Showing some respect, just going to be backing away. Doesn't want to give over that Sheriff. So it looks like they're going to maybe try to funnel this kill into Mata's hands.
I'm out of here.
XLG widely just set up to go down the final 3 to the Spike as NRG. They're looking to pull this off flawlessly. Does Mata push?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. The Stinger?
Some noise from Raga to try to maybe draw him in. Try to see if they can find that elimination, but it's going to be Brock with the Ghost. Able to find 1 kill. Will get taken down, so no flawless, but still damn clean. 2-0 start for NRG.
Yeah, so it's pretty steady stuff here for NRG. Some good baits and switches in that to try to, you know, funnel the kills the way they want, to, you know, commit the early fights against the weaker weaponry. So if somebody's going to go down, at least it's those guns. And then they can come through with a very hefty buy into this bonus. And it's going to be the early Odin for Brock on this attacker's side. Already lined up over towards short A.
Here comes the pain. How much prep have they got? Studying every single wallbang angle. Trying to avoid them from this defender side. For now, just some spam down A long. Trying to catch any player. Going on a jump peek. To be found quite just yet.
So you've got some tight angles being held over towards B. Again, the KJ over on A, so something a little bit different. Kind of letting Happyway be the guy over on C. Try to be that annoying Viper to really lock down the site. Use that toxic screen to your advantage. But for now, it's just a little poke and prod for NRG. They're trying to figure out what the defensive formation looks like. Where's the util? They haven't seen too much.
XLG playing this one pretty close to the vest, but it looks like they're not going to scale forward towards this B site. Shock dart in, try to clear out any potential KJ util. Likely had heard heard the turret on that setup, so maybe we're anticipating that the lion's share of that util is going to be on the B site.
There's a pretty difficult little trap right outside of short A here.
Nano here.
Yeah.
This could get painful very quickly. Relay Bolt looking for the sun into the corner. Scuba able to find the headshot. No man taken down.
30 seconds left.
Minor delay here as it's going to be a very last second pivot from NRG. Rotating across now in towards the B side of the map. 20 seconds remaining. Little TP forward into the site. Don't have to worry about the turret, but Raga going to be nearby to try to slow this up. The time is starting to get away from them as Raga slides in, instantly finds one. Plant needing to be committed to. Ethan able to find that, but can he get out safely? Raga is still trying to poke and prod, get himself around the corner, get some line of sight, but his teammates are dying around him as Mana strikes him from behind, and Raga has to do it all. 3 kills, getting so very close. But Mana finds the finisher, and NRG find a bonus conversion.
This is a classic NRG round from a lot of what was so successful for them in Americas, especially against MIBR, where they're going to poke and prod around the map. They're going to look like they're going to commit to something, and then they're going to make that last second rotation, but they're going to leave a player behind to keep pushing that direction that they rotated away from to get in behind their opponent. This time it's Mata. Keep your eyes on those kind of maneuvers. That's something that NRG loves to do on this map, and it's something they do incredibly well. Even when they lose a player early, they'll still commit to those flanks, to those lurks. They're so disciplined in their protocols, in the way they approach this attacker's side.
One of the things we were seeing from EDG in that opening series was those Thrifties coming online. If XLG can find something like that here, be a massive spark to start the flame for this squad to rally back into the first half. Otherwise, NRG getting themselves up to 4-round wins very quickly as well. They just spam out that angle. Not sure if there was a bit of leg showing through or if it's just a game sense thing. Either way, Ethan keeps himself on the board with that spam kill.
Oh
my God.
Right over his head. Yeah, with that ult available as well, something NRG is happy to do is commit ults to post plants on their attacker sides or even on their defender side. A little bit of delay with the nano, but they're happy to do that against ecos. They want to make sure to secure them. Clear some util, showing some presence on the back side.
Trying to get this double insert on the flanks, but that KJ util spread out well enough. Get some of the early alerts. Oh, and Leo, just the timing found, waiting to hear that recon fly. Nice shot from No Man. He'll be able to clean up Ethan. Go for the tap. The team now trying to scale. Ride this Viper wall, and Heavyweight is able to find one. Mana planting his feet, however, sprays down for 3. Checks back over to the spike, and that will be the 4K for 4-round wins.
And it's, again, just fantastic discipline from NRG. It's having all of those flanks covered. You know, XLG here has a decent idea of, okay, well, maybe if we can get in the back line, we can catch Brock sleeping a little bit. Remove that ult, remove that Odin from the round. You know, the Sovas want to go back to their attacker side spawn to go for that Hunter's Fury, but it's just read beautifully by NRG, and this is something that the desk was talking about that I immediately thought of when I'm watching the VODs getting ready for this, is that I think NRG plays even better against teams that are more disciplined, that have good protocols, that have good ideas, because they actually can use that against you so well. And you've already seen it on display here. So, timeout time for Havoya.
Yeah, needs to pump the brakes here, so Coinbase win condition. I mean, the desk was talking about it coming into this, and it's that they need to just be able to out-frag NRG at times. They need Raga to be able to be that guy to just walk at them, to run at them and hit those shots. And so far, he's been able to do that at times. Saw a nice little moment from him on that B-site defense, cleaning up a couple kills. It just feels like XLG is kind of getting picked apart very slowly here by NRG.
Yeah, I think you hit on a good point. Something that I wouldn't mind seeing here is a pretty aggressive, you know, top A lobby push. Go for something big. Go for, you know, go big or go home. See if you can accomplish a little bit of space creation. Throw NRG off their game a little bit. Shift the KJ over to the other side of the map. Put some of that util over there. Make that a little more untenable as a secondary option for NRG. And that seems to be what we're going to see here, but it's going to be a brawl.
Just quick tuck into the corner. See if there's any counter aggression coming their way down that A-long position, but there is not. Quick TP just over towards this side of the map. Orb going to be grabbed up. Mata now getting the overdrive online, gets the spot on the No-Man, just completely disregards that alarm bot, sprints past it. Paranoia will have clipped just barely onto that KJ, but Happyway here behind the box. Going to try to be the lone defender, but it quickly will fall. Only able to find the single kill onto Ethan. The site once again opened up, Spike recovered, Scuba now. Watching out from Garage, and such a quick peek and a quick headshot. That's Raga dead on the floor. Just Lysor and Leo to try to see if they can pull anything off. Leo the only one realistically with money, so both of them will just go ahead and make a quick exit back across towards the A side of the map. NRG 5-0.
And it's just this on-the-fly decision-making that NRG has that is so good, because XLG does a lot of probably what you wanted to see coming out of that timeout. They take that A main control, but NRG's response is to just turn up the pace, and there's a deeper alarm bot than you would normally expect there. There's that early plant from No-Man of that utility, and like you said, just disrespected, and that on-the-fly decision to just go past it, to don't give XLG the chance to get those rotations, because you know there's a much larger stack over on that A side, and you know you're going to the weak side. Might as well just go for it and see if you can catch them off balance. The confidence is flowing. You've already ran 4 rounds in a row. Just go for it. You've got the ult too. Mata.
He's on one.
He is.
And now he's on his feet.
Can see everything from up there.
An 8-1-1 to start. Hunter's Fury's been online for Brock for a while, but hasn't needed to really invest it yet. If it comes into play, XLG are able to find a couple kills. You think at this point they're going to be starting to feel it's going to feel necessary to try to invest some of these ultimates, is what I'm trying to say, but either way, No-Man going to get caught right there at the front of the site, and there's the Hunter's Fury to clean up Happyway as well. Ping reveal, but no one to play off of it. Lysor and Leo with those recovered weapons still in hand. Raga does have that overdrive, but is this a moment where you feel like you can invest it? Not been able to find basically any damage. It's only Kiko lightly tagged up.
Well, I mean, I would think it's just going to be over, yeah. I mean, Scuba's holding the angle down.
Raga, good for 2, but Ethan there for the shutdown on the Lysor, and Raga will fall. 3 players surviving, 6-0. NRG continuing to maintain perfection on this attack.
It almost is starting to feel, whether intentional or not, that the call here is to just go for No-Man, just go for the KJ, just disrespect the util and see if you can just get the job done that way. Because it's, you know, when No-Man was over on A, they were attacking him. When he's been on C, they're just going at him, saying, you guys got to show that you can beat us. Lysor is going to grab that off. He's going to be posted top mid. The early stack towards C. Again, are they just going to keep digging into this well? A little bit of a change of position here for Happyway.
Oh, timing nearly found Brock. Taking a half. Sending the drone forward as the spam does continue. Drone gets broken before it's able to really spot out anything, but it doesn't matter for Mata. He just continues to go sprinting forward, but Happyway was able to find 2. Shut down onto the enemy Omen as well as that Neon. Now, has the blind up Kiko right there in his sights. XLG at long last looking to get themselves on the board, but Scuba, he's trying to play it patiently, but WS Leo comes in from behind, denies the backstab, and Happyway with 4 will get XLG their first round win.
And so what this took for XLG is just a little bit of a change in early position into the follow-up, into the protocol that Happyway has for that round. He's got that early angle that he can spam down the tight side of Plat, and then he shifts into the back. And he just has such great angles there, do a ton of damage. And No-Man being the sacrificial lamb.
There we go.
There it is. Okay. We missed that.
We do. 0-5-4 at the moment. Let's see if he can get that off to sing in this round. Otherwise, 4 ultimates accrued for XLG. Can still very much rescue this half. Ooh. And Happyway is just continuing right where he left off in the previous round. Ethan now dead on the ground.
The heroes maybe starting to come alive for XLG.
Counter spam, but countered in kind. Scuba taking low, tap of the plant. Kiko trying to see what he can get, and it will be the Hunter's Fury out. Very nicely played. Just alleviating some of the pressure that could still face them in this round.
That's so massive.
Now you can go for a lockdown. Will be traded, you would suspect.
Exactly. Just getting into this space now, really far back on the C site. Our OMEN and Happy Way. Gonna try to play anti-garage, but that was just some fake attention there. That's another thing about the Odin is it's making so much noise, you're just kind of attracted to it. It's like flies to bright lights.
I'm out of here.
Mata spotting out a couple. Kiko not quite going to get caught by that. Snake bites and now invests the pit. Some spam attempts to try to pick him off on the exit, but unable to be found. Now lockdown going to be invested. 6 seconds remaining. Brock spamming, spraying, and praying, running out of bullets. The push coming through, but Brock gets a drawdown with the classic. Detain is there on to Kiko. That will drop the pit. Sings it out. Starting to be chaotic. Mata detained there within window. The defuse being held. It's already up past halfway, and Happy Way with covering fire will keep it protected. From right out under their noses, getting caught by the KJ ult. XLG, they will be able to find a second round win.
Well, now they're starting to find the pulse of this game. They're able to hold their ground just a little bit, find that little extra room on the map where they can go for that aggressive, quick attempt at the kill and a convert for Happy Way. Oh my God. That third was filthy. NRG fans hoping that maybe.
Well, that might as well be Bonkar, because he's calling a timeout after that round loss. Was not satisfied with how the team tried to pilot the end of that post plant.
Yeah, it felt like maybe the comms, like this is something that hurt NRG in America, is why they kind of started to fall down, is sometimes they do kind of get a little too loose, where they're not that cohesive, you know, util combo team that they're so well known for, that they can kind of get outside of themselves too much, and they're not playing together as a unit. They're not kind of hitting those sick timings like we saw early on in this map, where, you know, you're getting your relay bolt into some other good util, you're getting good spots from Mata, who's able to direct traffic, you know, call in the paranoia, do all those kind of things. Weren't really seeing that. This round felt more like they were just like, okay, we're gonna bait the ult, okay, we did that, now we're gonna go fake over here, now we're gonna go plant, oh, we don't have good ideas for how to deal with this lockdown, because Scuba wasn't in a good position to put a counter lockdown in,
right.
So there's no helping the Viper's pit. It's probably just talking about how to clean up exactly what you're talking about.
Let's see if they do. One away from guaranteeing the lead at the half. Still have money fly up going into this round, so critically, we'll not be seeing an Odin in hand for Brock. We'll just be that Phantom. There's a relay bolt out, looking to delay this approach. Very quickly, NRG get themselves forward into sewer. Singular shock dart, not going to do much to take that one down, so will have to be respected. NRG just now starting to scale forward, making sure there's no linger, no tuck away over it long. Can now try to advance forward, but the detain is already dealt with as the plank gets ready to come through. Enemy tag. Bottom to one, there's the reveal, but kill cannot be found. He puts himself back behind the box. Meanwhile, Raga, Happy Way, both gonna be struck down. Lysor still trying to play his way in through the connector as Scuba gets himself a second kill. It's gonna be Timmy the Turret to go ahead and finish the job. Quick backpedaling here from OMEN, maybe could find a catch. Here's his movement, but also needs to hold on to the weapon. Maybe get a drop from a teammate, should it come down to it.
I'm worried about Lysor.
Just have that off. As they are just running right past OMEN. Can he get a piece of the pie? Any kind of action coming his way? Looks like the answer is going to be no. Lysor, however, as you mentioned, maybe about to be at risk if he continues to slot forward. Doesn't even matter. The gun barrel's already spotted. And that is the operator left abandoned on the floor. 7-2, the timeout call, working a treat for NRG.
Yeah, just back to basics here for NRG. Throw down the lockdown, TP into the site. Oh!
He should never, ever be getting that.
What? Oh, Mata is on one. That is so good. Just shutting down that retake before it really ever comes to fruition. Never able to catch that player who had gotten ping revealed out. That was pretty easy going for NRG.
Once again, this operator being purchased. Raga just with the overdrive in the back pocket, otherwise a classic in hand.
And Raga's just playing in spawn, just waiting for the commit from NRG to pop his ult and maybe play kind of like a counter execute. see if they can shut down the plant before it even comes to fruition.
Stepping up on the angle. Brock likely to get thrown forward in the garage. Not going to be checking around the B site. Sending that through. Will get the spot onto Happyway. Arm bot triggered, but he'll just be able to quickly backpedal over to safety. In the meantime, the rest of NRG poking and prodding, trying to see if they get a rise and get some util out of XLG on this A side of the map.
It's been relatively disciplined here from Leo. Still has the drone, still has his recon dart. Just again, hoping that you can get some value out of Rarga. And he's in the right place to do it, the right place to go huge. See if he can get the job done.
Go, go, go. 30 seconds left.
Relay not going to be clipping. Rarga able to backpedal the overdrive now in play. There's the ping reveal. Mata just trying to evacuate. Rotates back around over towards the sewer side and just spams through the smoke to find Leo. Rarga now dead. Happyway trying to lurk forward, but they are just leaping at him. No fear, no respect.
10 seconds left.
They just dive on top and they pick them limb from limb.
They're having fun out there. That is for sure. At this point, No Man should be heading into no man's land to try to keep this gun. They reinvested in that op after losing it in the previous round, and that cost their economy mightily. Let's see if NRG wants to keep the op themselves. Mata was hanging on to it. Nope, going to switch back over to the rifle. So they stack up and look, and some smiles, some laughter. Oh, No Man just hoping to keep this gun.
He should not be playing that far forward. Will wisely tuck away. 8-2, NRG. Continuing the trend upward. Take a look now at the money on the XLG side. It is not in a fantastic position.
No, and it's tough here for XLG because you're trying to rely on that Neon ult, and it never can do anything because you've given up so much space. Your reaction time here as Rarga is minimal. He even gets pinged out, so he has to try to be evasive to try to make sure that, you know, no one's going to just clip him off of that info. Ooh, a little bit of damage to Mata. He's going to go for more, though.
He's not going to be too concerned about that given the way that he's playing. TP forward from Ethan into the quick plant on the B site. XLG going to be scrambling to try to get in a position to go for this retake, and it's a 3-player advance through a lobby to try to swing around the back. Meanwhile, Scuba nearby enough to try to hold this line, has that outlaw in hand. And it's a great read because there's basically no armor available to XLG aside from No Man. Into the spider's web they go, one after the other. It's Happyway. Peels back a kill. Nano up and over the top. Leo with a backstab opportunity, but just cannot find the shots. The spot out, the spray down. No Man dead. Happyway to try to exit. NRG looking to make this a 10-2 affair.
They are very much just in cruise control, and it's just little things that they're doing that are keeping XLG guessing. I love the way that they accelerate there with the Neon, throw up the smoke onto B site, make some noise, and that forces a shock dart out. Ethan's TPing though, he's using his ult, so he just watches the shock dart lands in front of him. He says, no, I can just plant after my ult is done. And then we're gonna be in deep post plants. We've got all these setups. We've got this outlaw in the back. We've got the KJ util to watch our flanks. XLG just cannot find any value. They've got to get aggressive on the map somehow, some way.
3 players susceptible now as it's double outlaw. See if they can get some early punishes going. And still for the swaps, of course, but Happyway. A great shot that he found. Gets a shutdown on Amada, but Ethan just counter sprays through, making it a 1-for-1. Still has XLG on the back foot. Still have these 2 stingers in hand. He's now going to be slowing down. Mata has been their entry, has been that selfless player, and now they don't have him. This does give it some pause to NRG.
Yeah, now they're going to have to do a little bit more diligence. No Man tucked into that corner.
Don't think he was spotted.
Yeah, he's looking for Rarga. Oh, they try to get the timing and they can't.
And now they know. Confirming that there's 2 players at least on this side of the map. Starting to drift over. towards the A site. Lysor gets caught out on the swing.
I'm out of here.
How spread out they are.
Clear the turret. They're trying to get everybody clustered together now. But down to watch the flank. The slow scale forward because there's been no noise. You see Raga starting to tuck back over towards the spawn, trying to make up his mind, try to see where they anticipate this spike to land. There's 20 seconds remaining. NRG now getting ready to hit the accelerator. Quick clear on the recon, and Raga needed to hold his own, but Ethan will spam him down. Leo able to find the one, but nothing more with the stinger in hand, and that leaves it just to NOMEN to try to see if he can pull out 3 kills, pull out a clutch. As NRG will lock up the 10-2 half. Every angle needing to be cleared. Doesn't even want to make a peep to set up the turret, but now knows that time is starting to work against him more and more, and it will be Ethan from on high to strike him down. A 3K for the IGL, 10 rounds for NRG.
Well, your defending world champions look like they are picking up right where they left off in 2025 on the global stage. It's so methodical, so efficient.
It really is. Well, XLG need to pull a rabbit out of a hat, and they need to do it very quickly. We're going to go to the halftime break. When we come back, we'll see if they can get it done.
Red Bull gives you wings.
NRG, por aquí tenemos aquí el equipo favorito de todo el Masters.
Estaba difícil porque como estaban los dos equipos no me pude decidir.
Ok, bueno, está bien. Omen, ¿algún equipo favorito de este Masters?
¿De la Master completo?
¿El Master completo?
Sí,
Gentlemates, por aquí tenemos un fan de Gentlemates. Yo quiero que ustedes me ayuden, los cosplayers que me ayuden, porque ya gritamos el CHI, ¿no? Lo hicimos bien. Pero ahora vamos a gritar con toda la gente que está aquí en Espacio Riesgo el OE, 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 Chile, Chile, OE, 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 OE. ¡Más fuerte!
This crowd is having one hell of a time here, and this is just day one.
It's been awesome. It is so loud in here. It is unreal. I mean, just the building is so alive with energy. Love what the fans here in Chile have brought, as they have come in hot from the start. Over 3,000 fans have showed up today, and they have brought tons of passion. And they are so happy to have VALORANT here, and so are we to be here.
Yeah, it's been just gorgeous.
Oh.
The weather, the scenery, everything so far has been
mountains.
fantastic to see. And they are maintaining that energy. Doesn't matter who's up on that stage. They are just pumped to have VALORANT here in front of them, as are we. But now, the question becomes, once again, XLG, what do you have in the tank remaining to try to rally back going into this second half? An 8-round deficit, needing to find a pistol here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's so difficult with NRG on this map because they're just as good on the defender side. A lot of teams are probably a little more attacker-sided on here. Oh no.
Just a high-low setup there at Plat, 1 kill apiece. And some damage dealt to Raga as well. Brock looking to hold up the sewer, the swing out. Will be a bit asleep at the wheel, maybe checking the mini-map there, but NOMEN either way does find a critical timing. It's a kill back into their favor, but Mana here up into heaven, unable to hold his own. Raga comes out on top despite having that health disadvantage. Keeps them in with a shout. It's now a 3v3 for XLG.
NOMEN has to win here.
Not Ethan. Able to clean that one up, but still damage is found. Ethan down to 45, Kiko to 48, but Kiko still able to find a frag as Raga will fall. The push into the corner. Scuba delivered the final nail. NRG, they will take both pistols, and they will take themselves up to 11-round wins. 2 more to go to close out this map.
Just no rust here on NRG. The polish on the pistols remains clean, just like we saw in Americas. They were one of the best on in the planet in pistol rounds. They've already gone 2-0 on their map pick of Haven. We're seeing a bit of a force up from XLG, as you would kind of expect.
Yeah.
Even a Spectre maybe in there for No Man, a couple of them. Sheriff, Bucky, Stinger. So some firepower going to be brought in.
But does this catch them off guard? Does NRG just fully anticipate this? Because I think it's going to be the latter. This is
the part of the map that XLG really likes to attack early on their attacker side, is the mid area, and look how quick NRG is to react.
Fast lane through, Snakebite to try to slow things up. That alarm bot had gone off, and there's a spot on the one as Lysor just goes TPing forward by himself. Judge in the corner to clean him up, and Raga sliding across, has the Bucky, and Mana has them all!
Down B.
Holds the choke, and guns down 3. And now it is just No Man rerouted through garage. Mana hot on the rotation, tucks away inside the window. Looks like No Man not quite going to play into his hands here, but still going to be playing into 2. Ethan and Bronk, the damage dealt, the spray down found. 12-2 NRG. Speed running their way through their map pick of Haven.
And again, I mean, NRG does their homework, and this is just a huge tip of the cap to Bonkar and the coaching staff, because there's an alarm bot here early, but again, not much pressure anywhere else on the map, and they're so quick to read that XLG is going into their comfort, which is mid. You know, a lot of times XLG might push garage or B or kind of flirt with both, but this time they try to just step it up to try to catch NRG off guard. With that judge already in place from the very beginning of the round, they knew from the get-go.
So final timeout call from XLG. And trying to drum up a Coinbase win condition for XLG from this point. Feels very difficult. The buy coming into this, it's going to be rough. You just forced in the previous round. You just lost that. It's going to be a similar scrape here. A militia buy of whatever weapons they can possibly find around the house.
The win condition, the Coinbase win condition, miracle. Truly, that is it. You need 10 in a row just to go to overtime. And
what a display that would be. But right now, it seems like maybe best to just focus forward, get ready for that Abyss, your map pick, your comfort. Desk was talking about it plenty. This map, not something that we've seen from XLG much at all. They played it once during kickoff. Close map versus AG in that upper final. But we're unable to find victory on this map since they beat Sentinels back at Champs.
Yeah, it's been a while. And it makes
Shout
perfect sense.
out to Ewok.
Standing ahead.
We're going to miss you, brother. But all right. Another go for XLG. Just No Man with that Guardian. Looking for that to do some damage at range. Couple judges. One of them going to be on this A site in Mata's hands again. Rock just jiggling the angle.
There.
Confirmation.
Here's a clear and takes a shot to the foot. Drone now to try to check in towards Sewer. Raga just to tuck away. Gets the peek over to Long as well and sees the scale forward. And there's the swing coming in. Just trying to get a relay pull out, but Mana not showing them any wiggle room. The push forward into the wall, cleans up the kill, slides in, does run out of shells, eventually will fall, but Kiko's here in hell. And he cleans up too. Now it is just No Man in No Man's land. With the paranoia across, blinded up, deafened. Now spotted out as well. Trying to fish through with the backstab, getting ready to come in. As the knife will be out, Scuba there. Here's the tap of the plant, swings it and shuts it down. 13-2, dominance on display.
This team is just so fearsome on this map, and they are continuing.
This has to be the rally point for XLG to come back into this series and extend it all the way over to Pearl. We're talking about it, the desk talking about it. Okay, NRG's map pick, yes, you get dominated there. Now you're going over to Comfort, but it's also still Comfort for NRG.
Exactly. This is a very good map for NRG, and on this attacker side to give some flowers to NRG. It's the way that they execute. It's similar to XLG in some ways, but they're even better. You would think. We'll have to wait and see, but some info.
Spotted on a one. Raga able to find a kill before getting taken down. Quick little trade, and Scuba able to go ahead and expound on that as No Man will fall. Happy way up at heaven, quickly dealt with. As NRG are looking to go perfect in the pistols. Maybe start another perfect streak to this map. Scuba gonna be spotted out, just uses the wall, gets out towards safety. Minor damage gonna be suffered, but now two players on the approach from the flank, needing to take down 4 and get to the defuse.
Love this change of pace from NRG. Get the spot, set up the crossfires.
Sees the one, shock dart on point. Here's Leo able to find Scuba. Another one lobbed in, some more damage gonna be found. Brock down to 20. Time, however, starting to get away from them, so they need to make a go of this one as Leo.
Last player standing.
Last one standing, clock working against him. Ethan around the corner. Playing it patiently, swinging, poking, and prodding, and killing NRG. They will find another 1-0 start.
They do so much well in this round to NRG. It's pretty simple at the beginning, just trying to push in towards B, but it's that extra layer. You know that the natural kind of tendency, the natural protocol for a lot of defenders is to go in towards the very back corner of the site, and that's where Scuba's gonna find a big kill to follow up. You know, you're often gonna have a player on top of the box on site as well. That one's dealt with quick, and then Scuba's there for the follow-up, and that just breaks everything open. Then Scuba gets the spot on the player coming in through the mid link, and he's just like, guys, we're gonna group up and we're gonna shut this down. And it almost goes through for XLG. Leo tries the damnedest, but still not quite good enough. And they're just happy to take a ton of space here through mid.
Completely ignoring the extremities. It's just Scuba sat back watching for any aggression out of A main.
That's a great way to avoid the stacks. You know a lot of teams are going to want to try to obscure their presence as best as they can. Go for a 1-4 or sometimes a full 5. This is a nice way to kind of deal with all of that. They're pinging towards B, though. The only kind of disadvantage is you don't have a lot of early info, and XLG on a timing start making their move.
Swing coming in, Kiko spotting out multiple, hearing those guns ringing through. Sees the stack, and now it's going to be a full send towards this A side of the map. Door broken, Mata. We'll just join in with the rest of the team, it seems, go through main, where it is just Leo. One attempted hero from the previous round to try to guide them, and it looks like the bot doesn't get the spot out, but they will just go ahead, jump through. Scuba leading the charge, drawing the crosshairs for Kiko to go ahead and collect. Right now coming in, 4-player tower approach from XLG as they look to try to flood their way out of this one. Massive swing coming through from all of them, but it's just the 1 kill found as Kiko will fall. Just a ghost lost, and 2-0. Again, clean start for NRG.
Yeah, and just really nice round for Kiko here. Doesn't overcommit when he sees those players pushing in towards B main. Just says, oops, I see the big stack, let's go the other way. Doesn't, try to go for the, double kill or something like that. And he's following up nicely there with Scuba on the entry to A, gets a kill. And that just is basically round done and dusted. XLG tries to go for the flood, and that's gonna give a few extra orbs over towards NRG. Start stacking up these ultimates that they are so efficient with, especially on this map. It's another reason you love the Tejo here. You can break open those doors, and it is something that NRG is really good at, is making you so uncomfortable in vent.
Still that doubt. I'm sure you never know when that lurk could be coming through.
And if they catch you in there, they're gonna smother you with util.
Brock almost caught Raga. Put one into his shoulder. Just on a timing there. I don't even think Raga had really made any noise.
Caution here.
Gives a warning. You would be right to do so. 3 players lurking around this mid position. Still thrown, ends up getting cleared out.
Yeah, they're not gonna put any more pressure off of that. Oh, Kiko able to get out of there,
But do they read that No Man's going to be on their heels this quickly?
Exactly what I was thinking.
Well, it seems like Scuba about to check back in for this one, but eyes are tied to the wrong angle. Lysor at the same time, up top over the box, able to find Mana. Goes for the entry. The cleanup is there. Now it's a 3v5 for NRG. Trying to get this bonus converted.
30 seconds left.
Flash sent up and over the top. Raga able to collect one. Lysor gets another. Now just Ethan. absolutely and certainly screwed in this position. We'll just go ahead and grab the orb and see if we can get anything else, but it's getting spammed down even lower. The spot on the one, but OMEN has the cleanup, and XLG this time around are able to get themselves on the board nice and early.
Yeah, and this is something that we didn't see much on Haven, is the confidence to get aggressive on the map. And this time, they're going to let NoMan off the leash just a little bit, and he pulls right back. He gets his kill. He's got his piece. Guys, this might be a B lean with the way that, you know, they're kind of seeing the positioning and things like that with the util. They do a good job just knocking him out of the round there. And something that both teams really like on this map is that mid space, is that mid congestion. I mean, look at the map right now. Look at where XLG is positioned. 3 players in mid. They love to have control of that territory.
Oh.
They're on the hunt.
That they are. We'll have the relay that there's a drone going out towards that B main. So wrap around the back, going to look to try to get a catch here onto Brock. For the moment, holding, anticipating this aggression, but I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for 2 players to come swinging out.
This is definitely a little unorthodox, so XLG showing that they have done.
They're going to try to drone him out, and there's a swing coming through, but Brock just massacres them, ignores the drone. Eyes focused on the players, cleans them up. Nice and easy, and Scuba finds Raga at the same time. What a play from Brock. And that just seals the round.
My jaw was on the floor. I think this is a pretty good macro idea from XLG. Should be at worst a trade, you would think, but the Champions MVP had other thoughts. Unreal.
Just disgusting from him. And it's a great idea from XLG. Get the drone, make him uncomfortable. And he's got eyes on it first. Meanwhile, Mana, not sure where he was going.
Last player standing.
Will be Leo. Traded out in the end. As the spike will go off, and NRG will secure a 3-1 lead.
Crazy. Just, it's everything for NRG. The little things that they do so well in the macro, in the big picture, but this time it's the micro, it's the individual effort. Oh, that's a phantom too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Immediate reset. And the second kill. Just using Mana as that bait for Scuba to cleanly scale forward into the site.
And that's something they do incredibly well. Is Mata's so good at spotting out that player. They're able to use that util to either smother their opponent out or at least back them off and create space. And that's why they love to have him on the waylay. A lot consider him to be the best waylay in the world, and hard to argue with it sometimes, that's for sure. Continuing to get more and more ults going. Both Hunter's Fury's in play, but Ethan also has the Armageddon. And that's going to be able to create space, or they could save it for the post plant. See how they want to navigate all this. Seems like they're setting up for some kind of big B execute. They're looking again towards that window to see if there's another push from XLG, to see if they're going to double down on that. Realize that it was a good idea, just didn't go their way.
Swap of the weapons as Mana joins in on this side of the map, just passing that out all into Brock's hands. As Armageddon pushing him away from that connector side. So Waylay go up and over, and Raga on the peak is able to find one happy way. Similarly, able to find a kill. Lysor be the one that try to get themselves a player advantage, but swiftly does end up falling as NoMan considering going for the dash to try to close the gap. Stealth drone sent out around the opposite side. There's the push coming through. Brock a little bit too late to try to save his IGL's life. Does bring it now into a 1v1. Both Sovas to try to play this out. Recon available for the side of Leo. So it will just be the drone over the top. The shot unable to be found. Recon gets the spot. The push coming in. Shocker to try to soften up into the spray down. Brock, another multi-kill round. It's another round locked up for NRG.
It's the individual efforts for NRG that are winning rounds now. Pretty good ideas from XLG. I like the way that they play around this box, where this time they kind of remember back to the pistol that, okay, if we just go into that back corner, it's not going to work. Instead, they reposition. Happy Way bounces back up on top of the box, and they get a fair exchange, a better than a fair exchange. They come out with the player advantage, but XLG can't get it done in the long run. because now it's Brock's turn. And it's a timeout for XLG, another early one. They know how important it is to get some rounds going, to get some confidence boosted for that attack side of their own.
Oh, for sure. The only upside really is that they committed the Armageddon into the round. Otherwise, you're very much coming up empty-handed off the back of that one. It's going to be a smattering of Sheriffs and half armors. Ghost perhaps here for Rarga as we get ready to go into this next one. We were talking about it in that first map. It's that shrinking win condition that's open to them. They need to find conversions off of this coach interference.
Absolutely they do. And they have brought some new ideas here to this map. But it's been Brock who shut down a couple of those rounds. So if anything, at the very least, maybe this timeout just to cool him off, maybe. You've got a couple ults to potentially toy with. You could steal a couple guns away from NRG here as XLG.
Seems like they're abandoning the Sheriffs that had come through. Just gonna jump off the side.
Yep. Reset.
One enemy remaining.
So timeout, full focus on the upcoming round. On this buy, not trying to give it a go on the Thrifty. We'll just be handing over the round win, flawless fashion to NRG. Quick reset. Now with an operator online.
And you just can't let the ult cycle continue to get out of control for NRG. I respect this decision from XLG. You know, you could be getting Mata into that convergent pass when no man's convergent pass. You would hope that it could come online just a step sooner so you can get a little bit of value out of it. Keep Scuba's ult out of play. Don't let Ethan scale in towards another Armageddon.
Oh, looks like we might have some tangling going on here. Mata's side of the stage. So yeah, just gotta get the headset back up and going. Earbuds in. We should be underway, so it'll have to be a pretty quick fix.
He turned around to hype up the crowd after everybody just jumped off the map.
Ran over his cable. Well, we've all been there.
He doesn't have a kill yet, and he's still having fun out there. That's okay.
I mean, he's another one of these players who can just go out there and take over a game, but also do nothing in the frag department, but then still enable the team to be set up for success. That's what makes NRG so scary, and it's what got them a trophy.
You're right, and it's because he's so selfless. He knows when he needs to take fights and go for those big moments, and he knows when he just needs to do his job, to get the info, to either commit or dash back, let his teammates follow up. That's one of the advantages you have with this double initiator comp that they like to run, is you have that extra layer of follow-up behind Mata. You can either direct the Sova util or you can direct the Tejo util, depending on how you want to do it, depending on how you want to force your opponents to react. Mata he's just so good at being present and making the right decision at the right time. I mean, I think back to that Haven disrespect of the alarm bot that he had on C-Long, just in the moment, just saying, no, we're keeping going. We're gonna catch him off guard, I know it. And that's calls that he can make, as that entry duelist.
What is this, though? Mata has the spike in hand.
The enemy is necessary.
He's dropped it just outside of B, so it looks like he's going to try to maybe go for a fake. Are they gonna just try to pull players across the side of the map? Okay, no. We'll start pivoting some players over very quickly. As there goes the TP as well, as Ethan gets the spray down onto No Man. Stealth drone in, finding the suppress. Kill comes across, and now it is just Lysor alone at A main. While NRG quickly get their ducks in a row and get ready to attack B.
It's a read that No Man wants that orb so he can get his ult. They've got to play to shut it down.
The up and over will have spotted that operator. Looking for the lob in on that saturate, would have connected. So quick TP to exit from Maraga, but it's not too far off. Joins in here at the connector, and now tries to go for the peek to get the Punisher onto Kiko, who's just fishing through the smoke. The kill goes his way. Operator now lost. The flank will get broken down. Brock on the floor. An opportunity perhaps here for XLG, but it's happy when he goes out. He's alone. Leo's been held at bay by Mata, who very much gets himself on the board with these 2 kills. Now the spot out the he forward off the side of the map. Oh, we might be getting a little silly, but the round is still NRG's.
Oh, Scuba. Oh, no.
He just, you know, he really wanted Mata to get the last kill.
Yeah. He felt bad. You know, Mata was having a little bit of a tough go of it in the kill department. Mata plays this round extremely well. The spot there.
Can't exit, can't dash.
Finisher. But Mata plays this corner. He disrupts the timing for the swing from heaven.
There goes my hero. There's no bushes at the bottom of that one. Well, some silliness perhaps, but still dominance on display from NRG, just surrendering. The one bonus round, Hunter's Fury now out, tags coming through, looking for that third and final pump, but Happyway will be able to survive. At the same time, Lysor trying to pinch in, trying to find a kill of his own. He'll get tagged up, but manages to TP back over to safety.
Use this to set up your convergent paths here as XLG.
Leo able to find Mata. Plant now getting ready to come through, but Leo going to be on the trade as Raga just going for the exit here within the smoke. The clone out, up over the top, the counter spam. Respecting his position, takes him to 56, has the spot on the Kiko, but cannot confirm the kill. Now, the push forward, the gun barrel going to be spotted. He's so damn low. Eventually will fall, but no man now. Arriving when they need him the most. The pit's still going to be there in their faces. Saturate lobbed over to the side, but Brock pulling back, further disconnected position. Not going to get spotted. He gets a fadeaway shot on the Lysor. And now it is just down to No Man, who has that kill, but cannot find Scuba. Not fast enough. 7-1. XLG have to be scratching their heads. They have to be considering the second and final timeout.
I think there's a lot of confusion in the XLG camp right now on how they want to do things. You know, Rarga just commits to all of this. It feels like he's trying to use the dimensional drift to set up for that convergent pass from the mid-bend window. But they never really get on the same page with all of it. He just sticks in there and is trying to cause chaos. Happyway's diving in, but it doesn't look organized. It doesn't look efficient. Meanwhile, NRG absolutely do.
Drone cleared, TP out. Will arrive over towards backside, but Mata just double dashes, gets himself into position. Now there's a poison orb that they're gonna have to try to push through. Shock darts just a bit too deep. It's an off default plan from Brock. Get the spike in play. Wrap around the back, long rotation here from No Man. Getting ready to square off against Ethan outside of A main. Ethan pulls away. There's a window of opportunity potentially there on that flank, but Kiko snappy on the readjust for that shot, but Happyway and Lysor answering back in kind. No Man now arriving, striking, but whipping the final shots. Is unable to find Brock, and now the 2v2. Happyway up over the top.
One enemy remaining.
Gets himself into a 1v1. The smoke there, the cosmic divide going to be invested. The jump forward, and Happyway has the headshot. What a play from him to get the defuse across the board. A thrifty on the back of this Astra. XLG will find a second round win as chaos explodes on this map.
That's classic Happyway. When he's on Astra and he's in a clutch and he gets his ult, he'll sometimes just throw it. He'll just go for it. And I was gonna be so ready to just sing NRG praises again with the way that they're watching for the lurks and all this other stuff, but like you called it, Ethan just pulls off right at the wrong moment. It looked like it might not have mattered because Kiko got so fast, but then XLG able to get the Sheriffs to get involved. Now you're trying to just dash on in, Mata through. Poison orb there, guide him in, and Kiko's got his back.
And he does. Happyway should have had that kill. Kiko with the covering fire, keeping Mata protected. Takes a tiny bit of damage, and now you've got the convergent path set up for this post plan. Brock similarly one away from having the Hunter's Fury online. And the ultimate will just be committed, sending him out, trying to slow things down. A swing onto the corner. Raga eliminated, No Man now gone. Lysor, so much work to be done. A 2v4, the snake bite layered in, just delay tactics on delay tactics as the shock dart would land, would find a kill. There's a salvo on top of it all. Line up Larry's for days. But it's round after round going the way of NRG. Now up to 8, this Mana. Can he take away the final weapon? Tries to go for the pre-fire and will eventually fall. But I don't think he's gonna be too bothered about that.
Not even a little. Great setups, the convergent pass there. Delays the retake for XLG. Something I'm sure that's in the back of their minds is they don't want to let NRG get comfortable in those post plants because of the rain of utility that will come their way as they try to get into that defuse. And now NRG is just over-committing to the flanks because they know how important it is for XLG to get back in there to disrupt those post plants because of all that utility.
There they are.
Nothing seemingly going XLG's way. Have some ideas, but NRG is always a step ahead.
Even there, just taking spam off the timing. Down to 59, that's one of your players with that rifle in hand. Hopefully want to see that passed over to the likes of OMEN, just as a classic. But NRG not taking any chances here. They'd already given up the one thrifty. Don't want to have it happen again.
Pretty aggro. Frack back for OMEN though. And now they know that A is clear, so they should be able to lean B. I wonder if Leo's going to commit the ult here. Feels like you kind of almost have to with the way things are going. You got to throw everything in the kitchen sink at these rounds.
He's on the one, and Raga, he's widely stuck in position, doesn't have an exit strategy, so it's going to be up and over the top, into the smoke, into his death. Mana able to find the one happy way here on high, comes up with 3, and blink and you miss it. It's another Mastercard thrifty here at the hands of XLG.
Oh, the timing this time for Happy Way, very good. Waiting for that Mata entry, waiting for the refract before he steps in towards that lane, towards jump. Oh, and the reaction there on the pop out of the smoke from Kiko, so good. And that allowed him to triple down. We're able to get in towards window. So some of that good macro coming in, and XLG needs this 4th round.
That they do. Hunter's Fury still available here on either side. Mata, range. That Judge not going to find much value at all as Lycer forward onto the box. Cleans up the enemy waylay. Hunter's Fury fishing for a little bit more. Brock doing very much the same on the opposite side, but Kiko able to stabilize just fast enough to take down Leo. Brings it into a 3v3. Push coming through. Happy Way watching the angle, trying to get the reset, but Ethan will be able to strike him down. 2v2 now. As the B site completely opened up for the plant, and that's going to give him the Armageddon for the post.
So much util.
Paranoia sent to try to clear that closed connector, but no one getting caught. It's just a full disconnect. You still have a salvo, the stealth drone, the stun, the Armageddon, a recon, 2 shocks here for NRG. It feels like XLG absolutely need to try to close the gap on this. Armageddon going to be cycled in first. Lysor checking, seeing if there's going to be a flank around the back of mid. Salvo now going to be invested. Raga taking low. The smoke's at this betting, but Raga still able to hold his own. Finds the headshot as Ethan tries to separate, and he has! Gorgeous isolation for the Red Bull clutch. Ethan gets 3, and that's all they surrender to XLG in the half.
NRG just so in control of this game. And this time it's Ethan's turn for the step up, for the clutch. Saw it from Brock earlier, but this time it's the IGL's go.
9-3, not a 10-2, but XLG similarly need to come back in fired up and win a pistol round. Can they do it? We'll find out after the halftime break.
Let's go.
Backs up against the wall. XLG down by 6 at this half. Have yet to find a pistol in their favor. Absolutely needing it here to rally back on this abyss.
And there's so many compounding problems again for XLG. NRG very good on this defender side. They're gonna throw a lot of weird little tricks at you. They're so good at mid control. If you try to take any of your own, something XLG really likes to do on this map, they've got a lot of great ideas on how to do a little bait and switch, how to get Mata into position, shut you down from time to time. But here, a little bit of an interesting start, 2-2-1 on the defender side for NRG. You can see that Leo was going for a bit of an explore, but a couple smokes are going to keep anybody from seeing each other on either side of the coin. And instead, XLG just going to commit. 5-man stack in Kiko's direction, but the players are already leaning this way for NRG.
Green nearby to try to slow this up. Quick entry coming through, and Kiko going to be caught there. OMEN forward into the smoke, and Raga able to find Mata at the same time. Best odds at a pistol win that XLG have had all series long. Plants in, Brock trying to find something, but will fall to the wayside. It's still 5 players alive and well here for XLG. Raga will eventually get taken down, but the cleanup is there. And XLG at long last get themselves a pistol.
And this time, it's NRG that feels a little disconnected in terms of the timings. You know, when Kiko's TPing in to try to make his move, he gets caught. Yeah, he gets spotted as he's doing it, and that throws everything kind of off balance as you're trying to create a push there to open up a little bit of extra space for that follow-up rotate that's coming in behind you. Just isn't able to get going, and XLG just a little bit ahead of the ball.
Come on, guys.
They're going to get themselves a chance to get within 5, 4. And everybody on NRG, I think, considering a trip off the edge of the map potentially.
But I actually like the delay because you do have, you know, you basically are forcing some util out. Granted, playing this far away, you're not going to be knowing exactly what's being invested here, but drones out, that's going to be another reinvestment. Just, you know, try to chip away at the money where possible.
For sure. You're definitely getting a little bit here and there.
But looks like they might actually try to go for this.
No, maybe.
Okay. Seems like they want to just open up the A site, see if they can get a flood retake going, should they hear that tap, but Gamble on the wrong side of the map. Now we'll look to try to play this one out. Heavy lane mid, not going to be able to find a catch. Just going to be full 5-player death ball approach through that mid connector. Salvo going to be invested on the side. A little hip fire, Raga able to find himself 2 kills. Back pedals, goes fishing for a little bit more. Lysor able to find a piece of the pie. And Raga with 3 will eventually get taken down, but the round still goes the way of XLG. Now just 4 away from tying it up.
Okay, things going very nicely in XLG's favor. Lysor actually on top of the server right now in the kill department with 13, so definitely XLG is in play. Just have to wait and see how this next round goes. You can see already that some of that early main aggression that NRG loves to bring on this abyss being thought about over on the A side, but XLG can maybe just do a little death balling, try to create some chaos. Scuba behind the mark there, clearing the drone, so.
But they try to delay. Double dash, going through, refract, just stay back out. While Scuba, seeing the TP, anticipate that Lysor is going to be there above the smoke, now falling. Scuba able to readjust, finds himself a second. Keeps the numbers evenly matched. Spike recovered the plant. Bit of two in the hands of Happyway, but Ethan, just reading Licewor's position, spams him out through the smoke. Spacing, killing off the enemy Omen. Now, a player advantage for NRG. Look to deny a bonus conversion. Stealth drone sees nothing. Villa up, Salvo down, no man. He pushed forward, but Kiko right there around the corner. Arms open and ready to take him out, and Ethan on the approach from behind will find the kill. So 3 players surviving, bonus conversion not to be found. NRG will close this one out and get up to double digits.
A nice stabilization there for NRG. It looked like this one could be a bonus going in the favor of XLG. And we'd have a definite map on our hands had that been the case. They overstack the default side of the site. But then it's just a really nice retake in terms of using all that extra util that you have built into this comp to clear space. It's a paranoia down one side, a stealth drone down the other to clear things in on the dice that are over on the B site. And then you're trying to get even further forward scaling. And you've got XLG pinned in the back because of that. And they're just so efficient. Plus Ethan's awareness is off the charts, and he is one of the smartest players that we have in Valorant. He's one of the best big game players on top of it.
Taking that back.
Too true. Well, now, bit of a high-low.
Who's
Mata here on the corner. Will be the dimensional drift out from Raga, however, to spot them both. Be a quick little fadeaway and a reposition. And Scuba now needing to hold his own. No man starting to scale, trying to go ahead and close the gap. And will be Raga on the exit, able to find the enemy Viper. 3v5 for the attempt at the retake. Heal on the one, but out of sight. Behind the box, for fine to punish.
Spike planted.
Still, long flank coming in from Kiko. I believe that this has been heard. Leo there in mid, goes for the peek, has the shot. That should pretty much be the final nail in this round, but Brock is still fighting. Ooh, found himself a second. Had he been able to stay alive, NRG could have made a real go of this, but instead, Ethan will just stay tucked back. As XLG continue to try to fight their way back into this map.
Yeah, the fact that you're able to fast track Raga's ult gives you so much extra oomph on these executes. And they're able to identify and clear out the players on site very quickly. Because of that, Leo is going to find Ethan in the long run, so no guns carried over for NRG. 6-10. Starting to feel like this might be doable. I'm starting to see some really nice things that, you know, for XLG, their game plan just seems to be stick together, let's just have some good executes. Doesn't matter, you know, if we run into the strong side or the weak side. We're going B a bunch, seems to be working. There's going to be a timeout in response from the NRG camp.
Sending out their first, never got that second from XLG. Thought we would have seen it in that first half, given how dominant it was for NRG, but they still do have that behind in case NRG re-steadies their footing. Wonkar, so far, 100% conversion rate, has only used the one time out on Haven. We'll see if he can continue that here.
What a stat!
It's true.
Yes.
The math checks out.
Yeah, your math is good, I'll give you that.
Technically correct, the best kind of correct, but
Hell yeah.
I don't think we're going to be seeing that here. It should be XLG coming out with this one. We'll see what the investment ends up looking like for NRG. They have the money to try to go for a decent investment here, but it won't be able to find full weaponry. So do they go for a half buy, or just go for a save and maybe try to get something like an operator online? We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think you're going to err on the side of caution here. I think an operator could be something that's very useful here for giving you the ability to hold a main and give yourself that extra layer of information, the extra ability to rotate faster, because you're going to be able to know pretty quickly, you know, with Mata pushing a little bit further forward, which site they're likely to be going to, and how you can kind of use that against them. Ethan with a Bucky. Ghost in there for Mata. He's gonna be a little bit sneaky here. Doesn't get anything out of it.
Abandons the ambiguity of it all, and Happyway will just scale the stairs, find the kill. Mata taken down in mid. I don't think Ethan's Bucky as well likely to find too much value as XLG continue to scale forward in mid and could just go for the quick pivot over towards the A side of the map.
They might go B.
Oh, but they're hearing the footsteps now. And yep, it's going to be lambs to the slaughter. Scuba had already been heard, and Ethan to that range won't be able to get that shotgun to do too much of anything. Find themselves in a pretty awkward position here, do NRG. As Brock, just a classic in hand, alone at the base of tower. Trying to see if he can catch somebody off guard. Raga, oh, there's the spot out. The drop down eventually finds the headshot. Should basically be a flawless round here for XLG to continue to trim away at this gap.
Looking to try to avoid any contact, at least for now. Recon dart will make Ethan a little bit curious. Swaps to the Bucky. Not ready for it.
No, it's a bit too close up, so there's the flawless confirmed for XLG. 3 rounds away now, but NRG, timeout call, have to anticipate that is very much for this next buy round. So far, well, it does not look like they're going to be leaning in towards an operator.
No. And it's a lot of half armors here. It is kind of their style. Now they're starting to see a little bit of swap up. A couple full armors, but kind of curious. Looks like a little bit of a change in how they're handling maybe some of that B-site pressure. Ethan tucked in on the corner, just at the top of the ramp. Right in the smoke. He's falling back. He gets paranoid. Is he going to get spotted?
Double dash up and over the top, and there's the timing. Raga just swinging as that dart is pinging. Ethan and Scuba both going to be taken down. Mata able to find one. Happy Way dead at the bottom of mid. Goes forward to try to get on the flank here with Kiko, but had taken damage. Down to 45 is the NRG duelist. Keep the flank. This does allow for NRG to not have that much concern about a Hunter's Fury, because Leo's not able to get into a decent disconnected position for it. Jumping the final gap, and Kiko will be able to take his head off. Now a 3v3. Time still starting to work against NRG, but Mata finds another kill. No man dead. The double dash forward. Raga trying to hold his own. Planted in position as Mata rewinds right into his crosshair. So damn crisp from Raga. And XLG continue marching their way back into this map.
And it's still a lot of the same kind of ideas for XLG. They're just going to group up, pick a site, and challenge NRG. Defy them to stop it, because so far they can't. This is beautiful stuff from Marga. He is really starting to feel it. He is caught up to Lysor in the kills department, only one behind him there. He's looking really sharp and steady and stable and aware. This is the first time we're seeing a little bit more of a spread here for XLG. They're starting to think a little bit differently.
This is also where things get very chaotic. Both teams are one charge away from having full 5 ultimates online. Mata just cheating on this corner. If he swings out wider and wider, might be able to catch a glimpse here on the Lysor, and he does. That's a spike now spotted. Gets his, gets out. Quick little exit play. Spike will be recovered at the same time, just walking forward steadily. Leo holding W. Gets himself all the way over towards backside. Scuba boosted up on top of the box. Has he spotted a pixel out of place? He sends out the ping. Looks like he's reading this or has seen it, but they're not going to pursue deep enough for him to spring the trap.
Going to get the lean in.
The plant coming through in No Man's hands. That could very well just give it to him, but now they're just trying to couple in with that Hunter's Fury, try to get a catch. Scuba tucking back, avoids the saturate. No Man makes his exit after getting tagged up. Just a single pump there on to Kiko, putting him down to 45. Paranoia through towards tower, only going to be catching onto the clone. Is now the ult gets sent in. Leo finding one. Kiko trying to fight back. So he gets stunned up here onto the corner, cannot get that crosshair swung around fast enough. Leo ends up falling. A 3v2 with 2 players down so very low. Just 50 health, now Brock down to 9. So much damage dealt. XLG should be well poised to close this out. The bound forward, but Brock somehow finding the shots. Swap of the weapon for Happy Way, but the defuse still not held up to half. Pushing forward frantically, trying to find something through the smoke, but NRG! How in the hell have they won that round?
Make it make sense. It looks so good for XLG. I love the way they think about this round. They know that there's so many other ults on the other side of the equation. Because they've created for that space for themselves, they can get in. They're sending
9 health!
I know, 9 and 10. That's how much health was left. 19 total. And again, the ideas are really good here for XLG. They're trying to get into NRG before they can really set up for that big retake with all of those ults.
It's just absolutely chaotic. And yes, another timeout call here, the final one for XLG, at least in this map, but maybe for the series. Unless they can keep running this back, but losing a round like that, knowing how low those players are, could absolutely be a tilter. Boy, coming in to intervene, to try to re-rally the squad that was on such a good streak.
And it's so backbreaking as well because it would have been so economically damaging to NRG. So to compound everything into the problems that round just created for XLG, for how much more difficult they just made it for themselves to get this map win, to send us to Pearl. Hard to explain, but...
I mean, and you have 3 ultimates invested on both sides in that previous round, but you look at the 2 remaining for NRG, the Viper's Pit and the Armageddon. A bit more oomph to them compared to Lysor's ult and a Cosmic Divide.
Right.
So XLG gonna have to be extra creative going into this.
Right here.
Let's see what the play call looks like. NRG are looking to take this up to match point.
Yamada. Love these little bait and switch positions here. Combo.
Saturated on the corner. Will hit the catch, and we'll just have to use the double dash to get himself out towards safety. Armageddon at the same time. Called in to try to escort the board. Leo still able to win out for 1, so ends up being a 1-for-1 exchange. At the same time, Cosmic Divide called in on the B site. The scale forward is there. As XLG tries to get the plant in play with the push forward out of the smoke. Happy Way taking down Kiko, traded out as well, as it's just an absolute bloodbath. The spike now dropped up top. Pit blooming from Scuba immediately going to be abandoned as they rotate across towards tower. Learning where the spike had been dropped. Raga jumping up to his demise. And it is just NOMAN, the double face that killed his Scuba. And match point now in the hands of NRG.
Oh no, the mental, I think, is crumbling for XLG. It looked like they had recovered, but they had the spike in Lysor's hands the whole time, and he TPs up on the Raptor, and that's where he dies, and that's where it goes down. It's unrecoverable there. Oh my.
It's so very close. Nearly having them lined up, but it's a great double face for NRG to secure the round win. And now XLG need 4 rounds consecutively to take this into overtime if they want to have a chance of getting us to Pearl, of getting a victory here in their opening series.
Fake.
Attempt at it at least, but Scuba now going to be taken down. That should give NRG a decent idea as you see Ethan scrambling to get into position, but the ult's committed to. And this is XLG in position. Plant again. Ready to start getting that spike down on the ground. Double watch on this flank with NOMAN deep into mid. Nothing to be spotted there, but might be able to find a massive backstab opportunity. Drone spotting out on the 2, has the dart to Mata, the TP forward into the smoke, sees it all. Believe he gets a follow-up beat as well, but Kiko, he just shrugs it off! He's out there in the open, there's a spotlight on this man, pinging his position in real time. He will finally fall, but man, he made XLG sweat. Should have never been able to get kills in that spot, but XLG not done yet.
Ooh. It looked a little dicey there for just a brief moment for XLG, but that long lurk from NOMAN comes to fruition. Lysor on his feet wants to try to rally the troops. Okay, love the fake here. This is something that I thought could be used against NRG when I was watching their VODs. They do often, especially on this map, really commit to those hard rotates, to those early entries. Now, the thing was, is XLG didn't need to fake because they were just winning in terms of just sending 5 and execute. Why fake when it's just working? But now they've had to dig deeper into that playbook. But is it going to be too little, too late? NRG will use their second and final timeout of regulation. What is going to be the adjustments here? Economy is going to be scuffed. So you're gonna have a couple more goes, a couple more throws for NRG to try to keep this going, but XLG, you don't want to see that sort of notorious problem that the Chinese teams have where they give up ecos, where they lose big rounds like that. You need to see them stand firm, keep the ball rolling, try to get this to overtime.
So far, he's been solid in that regard, but NRG want to try to rewrite that script a bit. For the moment, just a Bucky in the hands of Scuba. Classics for the rest of the team, but looks like even that will get changed up here. Just be a Sheriff making its way into his hands. So very light purchases from NRG. I'm going to just get through this round, see if they can finish it in thrifty fashion. If not, be focused up with a game plan, ready for round 23.
And by the way, the economy's not super great for XLG.
Oh no, these rounds have been so damn scrappy.
Yeah. So I think you're seeing them kind of flirt with some ideas in terms of just buying armor and going with what you can. You know that NRG's economy is also going to be in the bin, so
you can keep running this, XLG, they can get themselves into a pretty decent ult economy as well. OMEN 3 away from having the convergent paths. Leo 2 off the Hunter's Fury. Drone to try to lead the charge here as Brock will quickly backpedal his way up into tower. Just the 2 bandits, all the firepower that they have, and for the moment, not really on this side of the map. Scuba gonna be taken down, trying to go for the flank. Happy Way handles mid. Now it's just Ethan and Mata trying to see if they can make something happen. Bit of a ring around the rosy here, riding the rope up the top. Happy Way checking, not spotting anything. Ethan has to read this, does, but cannot win it out. Happy Way with a 3K. Now just Mata jumping off the side of the map, not willing to give them the ult charge. A flawless round for XLG. Off the back of NRG's timeout, but now we go into the buy and see if NRG can bring this to its conclusion, or if XLG will be knocking on the door of overtime.
now you're going to be able to get into all those rifles. It's XLG. If you can get this round to go, you're going to give yourself economically a great chance, a great look at overtime. Just a matter of, is Bankar going to continue to be very successful with those timeouts? Just Brock all on his own over here at A. A lot of early pressure. Here comes some of that mid aggression, some of those mid plays that XLG really favors. But look at the response from NRG.
Oh, he's just forward at the tower, looking for a catch for Brock, able to backpedal fast enough. Now has to be wary, but no. Never mind, the double face into mid. Kiko once again covering for his teammates, finds that kill. And the crunch is looking fantastic as Kiko comes up with 3. And the game plan, the strategy is sound as all hell for NRG. No man now. A 1v4 looking like an impossible task. As NRG will not go hunting, they will pump the brakes, plant themselves in position, and wait for no man to misstep. Swing the corner, and Kiko gets it, the 4K to close it out. 13-10, a damn solid rally back attempt from XLG on their map pick. But as was stated, this is still comfortable territory for NRG.
Absolutely. NRG will get a win on the big stage. They've made it to Masters to try to defend that Champions title at another global event. And it's a pretty good start. Haven, obviously, unbelievable. Abyss, a little shaky. I really like some of the ideas XLG had on both sides of the coin. I felt like a lot of times I was looking at the map going, wow, these are really good ideas. These are really good pressures that they're creating, but the caliber and talent of some of those NRG players like Brock, like Ethan, won them rounds they shouldn't. and that's probably a big reason we're not going to Pearl.
Well, for NRG, maintaining dominance, maintaining a little win streak here.